9 years ago, a Netflix series changed TV forever. Back in 2016, when Stranger Things first dropped, no one predicted it would become one of the most iconic sci-fi shows of the decade. But here we are almost a decade later as the series races toward its long-awaited conclusion. And this is where things get emotional. The once tiny cast is now all grown up, facing their final battle in Hawkins. The beginning of a phenomenon. When Stranger Things premiered in 2016, its nostalgic blend of 1980s charm, supernatural thrills, and heartfelt coming-of-age themes turned it into a global obsession. Now, 9 years later, the series is heading for its fifth and final season, scheduled to release in parts throughout 2025. Within the show's timeline, only about 4 years have passed in Hawkins, Indiana, but in reality, the young stars have gone from kids to adults before our eyes. Curious to see how much has changed since Season 1? Let's catch up with every major character, revisiting who they were and who they've become as the story approaches its final showdown. 11. Elle, from test subject to hero. Once introduced as a frightened runaway with mysterious powers, 11, Millie Bobby Brown, began her life under government experimentation at Hawkins' lab. Her name came from the number tattooed on her arm, but Mike affectionately called her Elle. Over the seasons, Elle evolved into the literal and emotional powerhouse of the group. Initially escaping from her captors, she later learned to master her telekinetic abilities, saving her friends countless times from the monstrous threats of the Upside Down. But here's the twist most people forget: Elle unintentionally opened the first gate to the Upside Down while trying to stop another test subject, Henry Creel, aka One, who would one day become Vecna. By the end of Season 4, Vecna had torn open multiple portals in Hawkins, merging the parallel worlds. With Hawkins now half consumed by the supernatural, Elle prepares for a final confrontation, one that could decide the fate of both worlds. Will Byers, the boy who vanished and never fully returned. Will Byers, Noah Schnapp, was the emotional core of Stranger Things from day one. His disappearance in Episode 1, the vanishing of Will Byers, kicked off everything. Trapped in the Upside Down, he survived by communicating through Christmas lights with his frantic mother, Joyce, Winona Ryder. Elle's powers eventually revealed his location, and Chief Jim Hopper helped bring him home. But Will never fully escaped. His time in the Upside Down left a psychic scar, a tether to Vecna's hive mind. Even now, Will can sense Vecna's presence. Many fans believe he may become the narrative key to either saving or dooming Hawkins in Season 5. Mike Wheeler, the loyal leader. Mike Wheeler, Finn Wolfhard, emerged early on as the group's leader, rallying his friends to search for Will. When Elle appeared, Mike's compassion and curiosity forged the series' most iconic friendship-turned-romance. Despite growing pains and literally growing distance, Mike remains her anchor. Heading into the final season, Mike has stepped back into tactical leadership mode. Finn Wolfhard describes his character as mission-focused and more mature, coordinating the group's dangerous plans to finally destroy Vecna. But will his protective instincts cloud his judgment when Elle's life is on the line? Lucas Sinclair, the realist turned protector. Lucas, Caleb McLaughlin, was once the group's skeptic, doubtful of Elle's powers and her mysterious past. Yet, his bravery quickly proved indispensable. Across the seasons, Lucas has transformed from cautious observer to fearless defender. Season 4 nearly broke him. In a cruel twist, he watched Max Mayfield die, only to see her briefly revived, and then fall into a coma. Now, as Season 5 begins, Lucas is haunted but unwavering, seen in trailers staying by Max's hospital bedside. His fight isn't just against monsters anymore, it's against despair. Dustin Henderson, the genius with a broken heart. Every D&D group needs its strategist, and in Hawkins, that's Dustin, Gaten Matarazzo. His intelligence, curiosity, and relentless optimism have often saved the day. But after Season 4, Dustin's trademark optimism is shaken. The loss of Eddie Munson, his friend and mentor, remains one of the show's most devastating blows. Eddie died proving his courage, clearing his name only in death. Now, Dustin carries his grief like armor, determined, yet changed. As Matarazzo put it, Dustin's still trying to protect everyone, but it's getting harder to smile while doing it. Max Mayfield, the fighter in a coma. Max, Sadie Sink, joined the gang in Season 2 as the quick-witted tomboy from California who could skateboard circles around the boys. Despite initial tension, she earned her place in the party. But Season 4 placed Max center stage in tragedy. Marked by Vecna's curse, she bravely volunteered herself as bait, only to fall victim to his psychic attack. Thanks to Elle's mental intervention, Max's body survived, but her mind remains unreachable. Her fate in Season 5 is one of the show's most tightly guarded mysteries. Nancy Wheeler, the relentless investigator. Nancy Wheeler, Natalia Dyer, evolved from a love-struck teen to one of the show's fiercest fighters. Her curiosity after Barb's death pushed her deeper into Hawkins' lab's conspiracy, and by Season 4, she was leading the charge into the Upside Down. Guilt may still drive Nancy's determination, but her tactical mind and courage make her one of Vecna's strongest human opponents. As she reunites with former love Jonathan Byers, viewers wonder, will Nancy finally get closure or pay the ultimate price for her pursuit of truth? Steve Harrington from Jock to Guardian. Originally written as a disposable side character, Steve, Joe Keery, defied expectations. Once the cool high school troublemaker, he's now beloved as the reluctant hero and father figure of the group. His friendship with Dustin became one of the show's most heartwarming relationships. In the final season, Steve faces his hardest test, fighting Vecna alongside his grieving friend, Dustin. Netflix describes Steve's new role as the steady shield of Hawkins. But can this small-town hero survive one last battle with the Upside Down? Jonathan Byers, the quiet protector. Jonathan, Charlie Heaton, began as the misunderstood outsider, more comfortable behind a camera than at parties. Yet his loyalty and love for his family pushed him into danger repeatedly. Over time, his partnership and romance with Nancy solidified his purpose. Though separated for much of Season 4, Jonathan and Nancy's reunion set the stage for their renewed strength as a duo. In the coming season, they're once again aligned in the fight to safeguard both Will and Hawkins. Joyce Byers, the truth-obsessed mother. From stringing Christmas lights to decoding messages from another dimension, Joyce, Winona Ryder, has always been the show's heartbeat. Her maternal instincts and refusal to give up on her children drove many of the series' biggest discoveries. While most Hawkins parents remain blissfully unaware of the supernatural chaos, Joyce understands the stakes. Her experience and her nerve make her one of the few adults who stand between Vecna and the rest of the town. Jim Hopper, the survivor who won't stop fighting. Chief Jim Hopper, David Harbour, began as a gruff cop trying to numb his own tragedy. By Season 2, he'd become Elle's adopted father and one of the series' moral anchors. After surviving presumed death and imprisonment in a Russian prison camp, Hopper returns hardened and battle-ready. As Harbour revealed, Hopper's been training for something catastrophic. He's ready to face the Upside Down again, even if it costs him everything. Holly Wheeler, the unexpected key player. Here's where things get intriguing. Holly Wheeler, the youngest of the Wheeler siblings, barely appeared in the earlier seasons, little more than a background presence. But in Season 5, she's growing into something much bigger. Now played by Nell Fisher, an older actress, Holly becomes a surprising focal point. According to the Duffer Brothers, she plays a crucial role in reconnecting the story's childlike wonder with its supernatural darkness. In teaser footage, she's seen confronting a Demogorgon herself, proof that in Hawkins, no one is too small to make a difference. So, as the world of Hawkins faces its final reckoning, who will make it out alive? Will Elle's powers finally close the gate for good, or will Vecna's vengeance reshape both dimensions forever? Some fans say Season 5 could mirror the tragic endings of classic 80s films, while others believe redemption still awaits. What do you think? Should Stranger Things end on hope or heartbreak?